Good afternoon to all of you. Myself Anjali Sharma from Government PG College, Jind. Today we will discuss about the biodiversity and its conservation. Biodiversity is the way of life on Earth. It includes all the things present on Earth. It includes all life forms from the unicellular fungi, protozoa and bacteria to complex multicellular organisms such as plants, birds, fishes and animals. Biodiversity is the variety of flora and fauna of this planet Earth. Organisms may be plant, animals, prokaryotes, protista, fungi. Animals including jellyfishes, worms, arthropods, mollusks, echinoderms, amphibian fishes, reptiles, birds and mammals. Plants may be seed-bearing and non-seed. It means gymnosperm and angiosperm. Prokaryotes, bacteria and the primitive algae. Protista, single-celled organism, fungus, molds, mushrooms and the toads. Animals may be vertebrate, invertebrate. Vertebrate may be mammals, fishes, reptiles, amphibians and birds. Invertebrates may be cnidarians, flatworms, true worms, mollusks, echinoderms, arthropods. And now question arises, what is vertebrate and what is the difference between the vertebrate and the invertebrate? Vertebrate in which vertebral column is present, invertebrate in which vertebral column is absent. We will discuss about the term ecological niche. Ecological niche, it means the complete address of an organism. It may be in the life history, habitat and place in a food chain. A niche is the sum total of organism use of biotic and the abiotic resources in its environment and how it fit into the ecosystem. Niche may be applied to the species, population or even individuals. Basically, niche is of two types, fundamental niche and the ecological niche. Fundamental niche is the resources of an organism of population. It means theoretically capable of using under ideal circumstances, and the ecological niche of an organism depend not only where it lives but also depend on what it does. By analogy, it may said that habitat is the organism address and niche is the profession. It is the complete, in other words, we can say that the complete address of an organism is called as niche. Basically, biodiversity is of three types: genetic diversity, species diversity and the ecosystem diversity. Genetic diversity, it means differences in the DNA among individuals. Species diversity, it means variety of species present in a given area. Ecosystem diversity, variety of habitat, ecosystem, communities. Very good representation of the genetic diversity. This is the same category. It means we can say that they are all dogs but represent their genetic diversity. Genetic diversity, it means the differences in the genes among individuals and their species. Species diversity is defined as a number of species and the abundance. Abundance, it means present in which amount of each species that live in a particular location. This is another picture which represents the species diversity. One picture is a elephant and the deer, tiger and the pandas, birds, snake. This is a good picture represent the another example of the species diversity. Ecosystem diversity refer to the variety of ecosystem in a given place. There are some examples like forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem and the lake ecosystem. Three indices which are used by the ecologists: alpha diversity, beta diversity and the gamma diversity. Alpha diversity means it represents the number of species in a given habitat. In simple words, we can say that it refers to the diversity within a particular area or ecosystem. For example, family, genre and species. Beta diversity is a species diversity between ecosystem. This involves comparing the number of taxa that are unique to each of the ecosystem. It means simply we can say that while moving from one habitat to another habitat in a particular geographical area. One is the gamma diversity. Gamma diversity means the overall diversity for a different ecosystem within a region. It means diversity of the total biodiversity over a large area of region is called as a gamma diversity. Diversity has a great importance to mankind due to its many uses. The multiple uses of biodiversity like consumptive use value, productive values, social values, ethical value, aesthetic value, optional values, ecosystem service value. One by one, we will discuss about the value of biodiversity in our life. There are direct use value where the biodiversity products can be harvested and consumed directly. Example, fuel, food, drug, fiber, etc. Drug and medicine. First of all, we will discuss about the drug and medicine. Some examples of drug like morphine, quinine, Taxol, vincristine, vinblastine, penicillin. These are some drugs which are used in different properties like anti-cancerous, and some are used in the treatment of malaria. For example, quinine is used in the treatment of malaria. Morphine is used as an analgesic. Taxol, which is extracted from the bark of the Taxus brevifolia, it is also used as an anti-cancer drug. A large number of marine animals are supposed to possess anti-cancer properties which are yet to be explored systematically. Ethical values. Ethical value means like animals and wild animals, wild plants may be protected or preserved. And second one is the aesthetic value. Great aesthetic value is attached to the biodiversity. In the present, wildlife is a result of the organic evolution which is started from the billion years ago. So it is our ethical duty to conserve the wildlife diversity for the utilization of the upcoming generation. There are also the religious importance of different animals. It may symbolize the different Vahans of the Hindu gods, like the Garuda for the Lord Vishnu, bull for the Ishvara, mouse for the Ganpati, and etc. There is another very interesting topic: threat to biodiversity and the endangered animals. Now the question arises: what is extinction? Extinction is the complete elimination of a wild species. It is a natural but slow process, but are due to the unplanned activities of the man. It means anthropogenic activity. Due to this activity, that they decline the wildlife rate, particularly happened in the last 100 years. There are a number of causes which are known to cause extinction of the wildlife. There are different reasons of the destruction of the wildlife. Now we will discuss about the threats of biodiversity. There are two types of threats: natural threats and the anthropogenic threat. Anthropogenic threat means in the human activity. Natural threat, it means occurred by the nature, and anthropogenic activity and anthropogenic threat which are occurred due to the presence of the human activity like the industrialization and the natural threat include narrow geographical area, low population, low breeding rate, and the natural disasters. Major threat of to biodiversity, the habitat destruction. Destruction is the loss of habitat. Habitat is the place where an organism lives, and this diversity loss is due to the habitat destruction. Severe damage has been caused to the wetland, considering them to useless ecosystem. Second one is the habitat fragmentation. The word fragmentation means, fragmentation is the installment in which habitat is divided into small and the scattered patches. There are many wildlife species such as the bear and the wildcat that require large territory to subsist. All form of pollution poses a serious threat of biodiversity, but in a particular nitrogen और जो loss के लिए nitrogen compound, accumulation of the nitrogen compound can lead to the eutrophication. Due to the eutrophication in aquatic ecosystem, there is a deficiency of the BOD. BOD stands for the biological oxygen demand, and due to this, phytoplankton does not grow. Phytoplankton does not grow. The food chain also disturbed. Pollution is another reason of the biodiversity extinction. All form of pollution causes a serious threat to the biodiversity extinction rate, which increase the extinction rate day by day. But in the major, nitrogen and the phosphorus play a critical role in the accumulation. Due to this accumulation, lead to the eutrophication, and eutrophication lead to the mortality of the aquatic organisms. Overexploitation is the another reason of the extinction. And indiscriminate hunting for the various uses of the animal like food, hide, musk, tusk, horn, and plumage, recreation, other causes of the indiscriminate hunting of wild animals. And they may be due to this reason there is the extinction of the dodo bird, extinction of the cheetah, and the many species of fishes, mollusks, sea turtles, sea cows, and are facing for the extinction rate. Two birds that were victim for hunting as a passenger birds and the great auks. Overexploitation of the natural resources, for example, overfishing, mechanical catching of the animal species, is a serious threat to the wildlife. And another is the disturbances in the migratory route. If we disturb the migratory route by the construction of the dam, these are not able to reach the spawning ground and they face the extinction rate. And highways, lack of education, official laxity is the another reasons which decrease the rate of the biodiversity. Poaching. Poaching means it is the prohibition of killing the prohibited endangered animal for the illegal for their byproducts. For example, their fur, their teeth, their tusk. The poachers kill the number of animals for their valuable things. There are some examples like Bengal tiger, fox, red panda, thun, and etc. Elephas mexicus, rhinoceros, cervus, pavo cristata. These are some examples of the endangered species of India. There are certain ways you can help endangered species. First of all, we conserve their habitat. Conservation of habitat occurring by the two ways, in situ conservation and the ex situ conservation. In situ conservation, conserving the wildlife within a natural protected area, for example, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries and the biosphere reserve. In ex situ conservation, conserving the species outside its natural habitat in a carefully controlled situation, such as a botanical garden for plant or a zoological park for animal, preserving germ plasmina gene. Conservation of biodiversity. It means the management of biosphere in a such a way that it may yield the greatest sustainable benefit to present generation and to the next future generation. So conservation of biodiversity involves the management of not only the living organism but also the abiotic factor of the environment so as to maintain the life supporting system of the wildlife. There are four main strategies. First of all, maintain intact landscapes. Second is reverse declines, recover threatened species, control emerging threats. Also, there are some government policies which include the National Wildlife Action Plan. National Wildlife Action Plan is a framework of strategy for the conservation of wildlife. The first National Wildlife Action Plan of 1983 has been revised to the new Wildlife Action Plan 2002 to 2016. Second one is the Indian Wildlife Protection Act, which is in a framework in 1972. In this act, provide legal measure for the protection of the wild animals. It prohibits the hunting of all wildlife specified in Schedule 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th of the Act. And last one is the National Biodiversity Action Plan. There is motive to develop strategies, plan or program for the conservation and the sustainable use of biological diversity or adopt their plan. Integrate conservation and sustainable use of biological